In an article published by Toshiko Kaneda and Carl Haub, it was estimated that over 108 billion people have ever lived on the Earth. To kind of put this into perspective, there was a study done on Wait But Why, and in it, a man made a building, and in this, you can't really see this very well. We'll take it closer. This is a block of 7.3 billion people. This building right here is the Burj Khalifa. That's the tallest building in the world. And that's the Empire State Building. So, you take that and you divide 108 billion by 7.3 billion, and that will get you about 15 of those blocks that it would take to show the mass of all the people. Here's just another view, and that's from a satellite perspective. Right there's the building. It's really big. But if you were to take 108 billion, it would take 15 of those buildings for all of the people to fit inside. So among all of this, there's you. One person inside of one of those 15 buildings. As I have studied and pondered this for the past few weeks, I've gotten kind of discouraged. But today, I would like to help you understand how you can change the world by explaining what it means to change the world and how you can do it. So, what does it mean to change the world? When I was first thinking about this, I was wondering how I could make a difference. What purpose was I on this earth? And I came to realize that the definition of world really did make a difference. Being able to define what world is really does make a difference in your ability to change it. Changing the world like Abraham Lincoln giving his inaugural address, or changing the world like Julie Whipple did with mine. So there are two different kinds of worlds. There's the world like the Earth, the one that we're thinking of, like big sphere, blue and green, brown, full of life. And there's a world of influence, a world of a person's influence. Their friends, their family, people they interact with. And this is the world that Julie Whipple changed for me. When I was 14, a woman named Julie Whipple really influenced my life. She didn't really know what she was doing. She didn't realize that she was influencing me. But when I saw her in the way that she was living and the happy attitude she had, it really made me want to be a better person, made me want to change worlds. With so many people on the earth and so many worlds to change, it's hard to understand how we can do it. In a Huffington Post article written by Monica, I actually don't know how to pronounce her last name, she highlighted 7 ways that people can start changing the world. I am going to focus on 3 of those 7 ways that she explained. The first one is to start small. When we think about changing the world, we often think of people who have worked their whole lives and dedicated their whole lives to a cause and had an impact. Kind of like Thomas Edison. He created the light bulb, and he changed our lives. You can see me now because of light bulbs. Or Abraham Lincoln with his inaugural address, and many more. But in order for us to be able to have an impact, we need to start small. Pay it forward and practice small acts of kindness. So this is kind of saying, like, when someone does something kind to you, paying it forward is doing something kind for someone else. Practicing small acts of kindness. And being authentic in everything you do. Being honest, being a real person, being someone that someone can relate to. Being able to change lives, change worlds. You need to be able to do these things. It doesn't take an inaugural address to change the world. That is one way to do it, but it does not take that to change the world. In fact, when we start small, we pay it forward and practice small acts of kindness and are authentic, we change worlds. We may not realize that we're changing worlds. Like Julie Whipple, she didn't know that she was changing my world, but she did. So out of the 108 billion people who have ever lived on the earth, you are one of them. You are 1 in 108 billion. But you are one who can change worlds.